another good grass, well, I guess it's not a grass forb, I guess, is goldenrod. That's a very excellent cover. Maybe gets its name from, if you look at that, you pull some of those seeds off, they look golden. They almost sparkle. Kind of a cool weed, but that's another good one right there for cover. Mix that in with your natives. Well, guys, here it is, New Year's Day. Beautiful weather again. It's about 35. It's warmed up just a little bit with the sun today. About 35. We're way back in here. This is like, I don't know, pushing 0.8 of a mile, I think, to get here. But this is that spot I was telling you last year. When I checked this camera after the season, I figured out he was here quite a bit. And so, we're hoping to see the enforcer buck right here in this little bean plot. The first time I've hunted back in here in several years. You know, got a bunch of timber right through here, a creek bottom, and then about 35, 40 acres of switch right here, native grass. So, well, sit in here. We're in early again, about 2 o'clock. We'll sit in here 3.5 hours. Maybe today's the day. Birdie right there. Let's say birdie. That's weird. Man, he's tall, isn't he? Oh, cow. Yeah, that deer's just 12-inch dudes on him. Well, that made it feel a little less slow as far as the hunt goes. That buck's kind of following us around. We filmed him the last 2 times we've been down to Death Row. We filmed him. That's that same 8 with the little kicker off the 2. Gonna be a stud buck. It's pretty cool to see. They were forecasting north yesterday, so we had a plan. Then they changed it to east wind, so we had to switch up. But we're here, and it's straight out of the north, so I guess we'll head down to Death Row. That's where we're going. Let's go. Well, guys, last second decision. We decided to hop in here to Death Row. We had to switch up spots real quick, so if you're gonna flip a coin and go to a spot, it's a pretty good one right here. Sets up well for bow hunting like I've talked about before. You got the tree lines coming in that they follow. We've got 2 drainages come together. They follow those right in here to the food sources. And then you've got actual Death Row right here that they love to walk. All kinds of food in the area. We got some standing corn, some cut corn, standing beans. We got monster buck right here. Some monster buck clover on the hilltop there. Gosh, they should move. You know, I don't know where that enforcer buck is. We haven't seen him yet, but there again, I'm not checking cameras, just trying to lay eyes on him. So if we get desperate, we might go check him at some point. Anyway, about a 3-hour set. We'll sit in and see how it goes. just standing there watching him. Out of character. It's gonna be a nice buck someday. Back this way, just heads up.
Okay. I believe that 8 is getting ready to walk in.
Perfect. Bye, boys. A buck parade of all buck parades. Started at about 2:50, and it hasn't quit yet. Got about an hour left, so come on, send him already. Well, that was a heck of a hunt. Started early. I think it was like 2:40, 2:50 or something. We started seeing deer, and it's just a parade. But this last 45 minutes has been slow. They just moved off finally. I was telling Devin, I see that sometimes that last hour when you're in the dark moon phase. A lot of times they move early, and then that last hour, I don't know if they move off to destination ag or go bed down or what, but I see that a lot on the dark moon phase, but that's interesting. Who knows? We got 2 more spots I want to try. If we don't lay eyes on him then, we may have to check cameras, but not ready to yet. We've got 1 more day of no snow, and then they're calling for a big winter storm, like 12 to 20 inches of snow, like something crazy. So if we get that, with this cold weather, that'll be the best hunting you've ever seen. That's why we do all this stuff with the food. When you get that weather, it can be just ridiculous. Best hunting ever. Anyway, we'll be back out tomorrow. See you guys then. All right, guys, we're all bundled up here, getting ready to go hunting. I'm gonna take 1 shot. I feel like we need to establish dominance here on the old enforcer, so if I can land one in there at 100, I think tonight's the night. And I'd rather be lucky than good right now, I'll tell you that. That's it. It's in there. Left and right wasn't bad. 6-8 inches low. You wouldn't believe how hard you pull in your back wall, what that difference that makes at 100 yards. As far as hitting low or hitting high. Not a bad shot. He's going down tonight. It's over. It's over. Well, here it is, I believe this January 4th. We're running out of places where this buck might be. We haven't laid eyes on him yet, so we got about 4 hours to set in here. We got in pretty early today. East-northeast wind, which is carrying like this. I'd rather a straight north wind here, but this isn't a terrible wind. Most of the stuff comes from out in front of us here, so good spot. A lot of ridges and valleys, cedars in here, a lot of thermal cover. When it's cold, this just keeps getting better and better right here. I think he's going down tonight. If I'm a betting man, let's see what happens. Yes! Alright, we got a long sit today, about a 4-hour sit, so let's knock out the question and answer. The Ask Owen segment. It's only been 2 days, I guess, since my chase video came out, so we're a little light on questions. First one, Woodland Gangsta. Owen, my question is, do you rabbit hunt? There's nothing more hilarious than seeing deer hunters shoot at a running rabbit. The mechanics of a stationary target versus a moving high-speed target is what gets them. That is pretty funny, actually. I don't rabbit hunt. I did when I was a kid. And you're right, man, I struggled when I was a little kid. It took me forever to get a rabbit. I missed plenty of them, but didn't hit too many. So I'd agree with you there. Now, when I got a little bit older, I was a decent shot on rabbits, but I haven't went in, gosh, I bet you it's been since I moved to Iowa. It's been 20 years plus, so that is interesting and funny. I bet you I need some practice.
Don't forget how bad they scare you out shed hunting.
Yeah. Devin, I get a good kick out of Devin, because when they run out, boy, he flips out, does a backflip, and it's like, well, it didn't scare me at all. Good question, thank you. All right, next question is from my buddy Andy from Michigan. Hi, Andy. Says, Owen, I hope all is well. Quick question. I'm sure it varies by location, but can you describe what percentage of a farm do you actually hunt versus what percentage do you leave alone and treat as a sanctuary / safe area for the deer? Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Andy. Let's count the area we're walking to and from as area being hunted also, not, just where we're hunting, because I think that should be included. So I would say it's going to be less than half of the acres that we actually hunt versus what we leave alone. So I leave a lot of it, just let the deer do what they want, let them be comfortable in there. And I'd say that's pretty true for almost, it doesn't really matter the size of the farm, if it's 100 acres or a couple hundred acres, really doesn't matter. I'd say it's all about half. Now, if it was a tiny acreage, it's 10 or 15. I've had some small farms before. Then you're probably hunting the whole thing, you know. But for what I've got here right now, I'd say about half of it we hunt, and the other half we just leave alone unless it's shed season or we go in there to get a deer or do some scouting or something. But so good question, Andy. Appreciate it. All right, Trey Robinson. Yeah, Trey's on the board. Happy New Year, Owen. Which release are you using? Okay, so Trey, we are going with the 3-finger whippersnapper. I really love this release because you can get this thing to really fire smooth. You know, of course, it's adjustable on your tension and that, but I've got it set to where if I just squeeze on that ring finger a little bit and kind of pull on that like that, it'll fire. Boom. I mean, I can get it to fire great. So I really enjoy this release. If you're going to shoot a thumb button, I'd highly recommend it. Well, I guess that's it for the questions this week. We only had, what, 4 questions there? 4 questions. We're going to have to get a couple more. We still got a couple of days before the new chase video's out, so if there's more questions, we'll get them on the next hunt. If not, next week we'll do it again. Thank you, guys.
Oh, look at their beards on those.
Well, we're about halfway through the hunt. It's 4 o'clock right now, and we are yet to see a deer. A little surprising. We have seen 46 turkeys. I'm not exaggerating. Actually, it is 46. That old hillside's peppered over there, and we had all these toms come through right here. But not a single deer. That's a little surprising to me. It's a good spot right here. But we've got almost exactly an hour and a half to go, so we're going to see some. I know that. Hopefully we see the right one. Otherwise, I'm going to throw Devin out of this blind. Yeah, we're on the board, boys. We're on the board. Third one. You were right, floodgates. Ding ding. Oh man, this sucker's gonna wear me out. But we knew he was gonna be an issue there since October, but just can't lay eyes on him. There's one place we haven't been yet. That's that fishbowl down there. Remember where we had the volunteer corn? We haven't been down there, so I guess he could be utilizing that. But here's the other thing too. We've got about 200 acres of tillable, and it's of course it's all been harvested, so that's 200 more acres he could be feeding in. Now tomorrow we get 8 inches of snow, let's say, or 5 to 8 they're calling for. That's going to eliminate a lot of food sources where they are going to come to these standing crops. So that's going to help us out a little bit. But right now, he's putting it on me. So the heck with you, Enforcer. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
This is the day after the storm came through. You know, the last couple days been real heavy cloud cover. These are the conditions right here that I love. Just bluebird days like this, ice cold. I think it's what, 23 degrees. They just don't get any better than this. These are the sits right here you want to go all in your best spot. So we're going to a good spot. Now we're giving Enforcer the day off. Get sick of him for a day, so he's got the day off. We'll be back after him tomorrow if we don't score tonight.
Well, here it is, January 6th today. Beautiful afternoon here. It's about 24 degrees. We got a north wind carrying like this straight back behind us. Excellent spot. We're in here looking for that tall 10 with the short 2s, shorter than the 3s. You remember shotgun season, we were in here looking for that buck, and I shot that other one. So we're hoping to lay eyes on him today. Interesting thing though, I've got my bow, I'm bow hunting. Devin's got his muzzleloader, we both have tags, so we decided to both start hunting. We're running out of time here, so if we don't get in bow range, Devin will get a crack. If he gets in bow range, I'll take a shot. So should be a pretty good set. This is about as good as conditions get right here. I've said it before and I'll say it again, right, Devin? It's as good as conditions get. Yeah, there's some more links back there, ain't there? Unless that doe's got 6 legs. There they go. Let's see what this doe does when she spots. Oh, she sees him now. She's on him. It's not Grandpa. The melon's not big enough. I'd say he's got a hoof rod, looks like. Maybe that is. Yeah, it came out of nowhere because I seen like 3. I'm like, well, there's not 3 down there. Got one right down here under the cedar tree right there. I don't know what it is. Some big old does around here. Four of them. Oh yeah, floodgates. Hopefully that's not the new corner hotspot. Right. Here comes a 2-year-old buck following. Here comes one walking kind of lumbering. Can't see him yet, same place. Oh yeah, there's your shooter. There's your 8. Isn't that Grandpa? The very last deer coming? Yep. No. That's him. That's a Grandpa 8 right there. The last one. Alright, we got a shooter headed this way. Cutting across right there. Well, we got these 2 deer just popped out right here, so I got talk kind of quiet, but I think that's number 28, 29 we've been counting tonight. It's been a great sit. We had the one shooter. We watched him walk down that trail there, and he crossed the ditch, headed toward this corn. That was that Grandpa 8 that we had down on the rubbing post there. So he's in that stand of corn someplace. We just never been able to see him. So apparently he's on the other side of the hill. That's the only shooter we've seen, but we've seen a bunch of deer. Pile of them. So tomorrow we'll be back. I think we're back after the enforcer. I think the wind goes back to northwest, which will have a good setup or two for the enforcer. So We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see you guys on the next one.